Diamond in the Wrath, apparently. Totally figures out how the settings work. Alright, guys, let's go into game number 2 of today's iCast, your freaking awesome replay. The challenge was drop it like it's hot. And let's see what these players had in store for us. Down here on the bottom right-hand side, in the red, it is Booyah. Booyah! And up here in the top left-hand side, in the blue, the Protoss, it is Zany Doctor. A zany doctor, maybe? Zany? Zany Doctor? Like where you go in and you're like, oh, I have a toothache. And he's like, oh, no worries. Please just take your pants off. And you're like, oh, no, I have a toothache. And he's like, I heard you. No explanation. You just take your pants off, right? He's a doctor. You trust him. You trust him? You're like, well, I mean, sure. I mean, it could be related, I guess. Maybe he's got a... Why are we doing a prostate exam? Okay. I trust you, Zany Doctor. So yeah, Zany Doctor, a bit of an odd one. We're going to see exactly what his approach to diagnosing the Zerg in this game is. Of course, the challenge literally was just show us your sickest drop plays. Now, if you guys want to get your replays in for next week, I do get a lot of people sending in old replays. Remember, if you're watching other people play it, that's not the challenge anymore. There's a new challenge. The new challenge is Mineral for Days. Minerals for Days. You got to send in replays where you start your third base before taking any gas geysers. And if you're a Zerg player, your third base actually needs to finish before you take any gas geysers, because it's much easier to expand a Zerg. So this one's going to force you to take a ton of minerals and engage in a very, very high economy start. So this one always creates some cool fucking games. It's also a good learning opportunity, because I know a lot of you guys take your gas and tech up so fast all the time. You're going to have so much minerals when you play this challenge. It's actually a really cool learning experience as well. Most importantly though, I just get to see people like massing zealots or zerglings or marines and doing dumb shit. So that's actually why it's amazing. Man, show us your sick plays on that one. Get your stuff in, and it should be amazing. So we've got a guy in chat. Igaru says, Pig, your rule of 1 gas build suggests building the expansion at 51 seconds, but I never hit that mark. Okay, so if you're learning a build order, here's a little tip while we got some downtime. You don't just go and copy the timings. Game timers mean nothing. What you need to know is the supply counts at the very start of the game, and from there, it's all about the order. It's like, okay, after I do this, I do this. After I do this, I do this. Because otherwise, you're not going to hit things as fast as a pro. So whenever you look at a build order on Spawning Tool, like that one, for instance, you'll notice there's a link to my Team Liquid strategy guide that has the entire build order written out in dot points. And it has every single detail of how you're meant to execute the build. And it's adjusted there because it's like, hey, you do this, then you do this. You get to this supply, then you do this. If you just try and follow a bunch of game timers blindly, you're gonna kind of fuck it up. You're gonna do it pretty badly because you're not a pro player or a GM player, and everything's just gonna be late. It's more important to learn kind of what happens in what order, and follow the kind of rule and guidelines of the builds. Unfortunately, if it's one of my lazy guides on Spawning Tool where I haven't actually written up a guide and all I've done is post the replay, well, you have to figure that shit out for yourself, don't you? Since obviously the automatic tool literally just grabs the game timer. But yeah, a lot of my old guides and a lot of the better ones all have the shit written out. So anyway, guys, this looks like just a normal video game, doesn't it? This looks like a normal one. Booyah's like, I'm going to take me third, I'm going to drone up. Booyah is a Masters player, so this one maybe not as wacky as that last game. Zany Doctor over here, getting ready, I think maybe for a Dark Templar prostate exam. Let's see, there's a Twilight and a Robo, and now 2 more gateways. Are we going to see a DT shrine, do we think? No, we're going to see charge. Because Zany Doctor's pulled off gas completely. Why are we what the fuck is the forge for? That doesn't make any sense. You're not even mining gas, buddy. I think Zany Doctor's confused. He's doing a charge lot all in, but he's making a forge. That doesn't make any sense. Booyah has no fucking idea, by the way. So basically, Zany is like, oh, let's never build any more probes. 40 probes is more than enough. And I'm going to make about 36 gateways and a warp prism. And I'm going to try and fucking kill ya. So, alright, Zany's going to start a warp prism. Going to chrono boost that one. Is he actually going to go a +1 attack? He's going to go +1 attack, charge lot all in. Okay, alright, fantastic. That's super weird. That's no way that's going to finish at the timing you should be hitting with the warp prism, but our criticisms of our player's build aside, this is a 10-gate Zealot attack, and that does get me a little bit randy. I feel a little bit of some jiggly motion in me pants. I feel a bit of excitement when I see someone doing the filthiest fucking all-in they can think of, and that's really what this is. You make a Warp Prism, you make a bunch of Zealots, you don't even mind gassing, you just fucking A-move. Because microing Zealots actually doesn't even help. You're better off A-moving 90% of the time. I don't think Boolia has any fucking clue, but Boolia is playing quite safe, stopping at 47 drones and just massing roaches right now. But, the Warp Prism's been spotted. Is Boolia gonna move to react? Nah, Bulia's like, fuck that, mate. I'm gonna deal with these Zealots on the left-hand side. The Warp Prism, though, is like, hey, how about Zealots? Do you like these? I forgot to turn me gateways into Warp Gates. I'm gonna warp those into your main. How you like that one? The Zealots are like, let's kill a drone. No, let's tag a drone, and then let's fight the roaches. The Zealots a little bit confused about their role. This guy decides to start hitting a spawning pool. He's a little bit confused. The Warp Prism is like, you know what, I've got 10 gateways ready to warp in, but I'm gonna unsiege, siege up, and then warp in, and then cancel the warp in. Fuck, you know, me +1 isn't finished. I feel like Pig saw into the future and knew that wasn't gonna be ready in time, but whatevs. Let's just delay the attack. Let's go. Let's make 4 Zealots, and then let's, I got fucking held, didn't I? Now, you know what? Boolia actually did lose a few drones in that, so let's be fair. And let's say, well, Boolia's not ahead in economy. Boolia just has a sick fucking army right now of 18 roaches, 13 zerglings, and is going for Hydra upgrades. But oh shit, the Zealot's starting to find the damage here. And the drone's getting minced in that main base. Oh no. Oh no, Boolia loses 8 drones and 2 queens in a matter of seconds, and suddenly this attack is actually working. I think Boolia might have been looking at this game the same way I was. I'm like, oh, you're fucked, aren't you, Protoss player? Your Zealots didn't work, you're fucked. And then you kind of look away and your drone line dies. These 2 Zealots, by the way, are having a little holiday on creep. They're like, oh, this ground feels kind of funny, doesn't it? It's a little bit like someone took a shit all over the ground, isn't it? The Zerg like this, apparently. The Zerg are like, ruh, ruh, they just come and vomit some acid. Oh shit, once again, Boolia not defending the main. Oh no, oh no. These drops from Zany Doctor actually getting out of control. I mean, I was making dumb jokes about prostate exams, but that's actually what this game is starting to look like right now. Boolia is very uncomfortable. He's like, I know it's part of Zerg vs Protoss. You need to get good at defending it. You need to check that there's no sort of, you know, problems in your back door, but it's just uncomfortable, all right? It's cold. You're sticking your fingers and your tools in there. Can you stop? Ow, ow, oh, ow. Zany Doctor, not very professional, is going too deep and too hard. Didn't even use any sort of lubrication or warming up first. And I got to say, Boolia's butt is very, very sore right now. And you know what? Zany Doctor's not stopping. Zany Doctor's like, so you definitely have an ear infection. We better also just make sure I give you an exam on your prostate again. And Boolia's like, I just had one of those. What the fuck are you doing, mate? Zany Doctor's like poking things in his ear, poking things in his butt. Boolia's like, can you just fucking give me some medicine and leave me alone? Zany Doctor's like, nah, mate. He's starting to just cackle madly. At this point, we're wondering why Boolia hasn't left the doctor's office and is continuing to subject his body to the mad fucking tests and whims of this psychopath. Speaking of which, he's actually got Immortals out in a 3rd base now. Zany Doctor, after his first attack failed abysmally, is actually in a good spot in this game. If he can defend this big roach attack, he's actually like even on economy. He's got +2 on the way. He's got a pretty good force, but uh-oh, he's out of position. The roach is going to try and focus that Nexus down. A ton of Stalkers are warping in though. Boolia, going to just back off for now. Afraid of those force fields and Immortals. Zany Doctor's like, all right. I'm ready to give you your full body exam now. I've got me tools out. Got me Immortals and Sentries. And you know when the Doctor has that fucking weird giggle and smile while talking about examining you, you just leave the office, Boolia. Just shut it down, go somewhere else. Get a real doctor. I know this guy came with a special discount. He pays you to see him. I feel like that should have been the red flag. I feel like you should probably never have walked into the office in the first place. I think at this point you're a fucking human guinea pig, mate. Get out of there, preserve your body and your dignity, and fall back. And I think that's what Boolia's doing now. He's like, okay, let's just fucking protect myself. Let's expand. Let's take some gases. Let's try and macro up and see what I can do. And you know what? He's got the Lurkadon. Good to see this graphic still bugged. It just looks like the skeleton of like some Stegosaurus Zerg or some shit, doesn't it? It looks like it's kissing the ground or something. This is its spine. It's got some legs. It looks a little bit weird. Not sure when Blizzard's going to fix that one. These zealots run in. They're like, slice and dice, motherfucker. Booyah at this point is like, you know what? I've had enough of you and your fucking warp prisms, mate. Zany's like, get fucked, get fucked, get fucked. This warp prism has been the bane of Booyah's existence. And I feel like at this point, if I was Booyah, I'd be getting pretty mad. I'd be A-moving some Roach Hydra across the map and just dying to Immortals and Force Fields. But you know what, Booyah? A little bit more patient. And he's gonna, he's gonna start Overlord speed. We might see some sexy counter drops. Try and punish Zany for being such a douchebag with this Warp Prism. A lot of good back and forth action in this game so far. And Storm starting up as well. You add Storm to Immortal Stalker Sentry. It's a pretty frightening composition in the mid-game. But Lurkers are going to be coming in for Mr. Booyah. These Zealots continuing to be as annoying as they possibly can. And that Warp Prism just going to rotate around a little bit. Thank you so much, Angry Egret, with the Twitch Prime sub. Oh, Bully is chasing the Warp Prism. The beautiful 1A, and is out of position for the Zealots. The Zealots going to come in and be some douchebags once again. Bully with the 1A is like, nah, leave me alone. Leave my spine crawls alone. So that Zealot's going to get out of there. This Warp Prism's like, oh, fuck, you've still got 3 Hydras here, do you? Oh, Zany. Fucking Psychopath is like, you're not watching. Dives past the Hydras, comes in the back door. Oh, excuse my French. And decides to, level 3 prostate exam on the way. Oh no, Booyah's not ready. He wasn't even in the doctor's office. He was just out at the bar. He was walking out through the alleyway. Someone snuck up behind him, knocked him unconscious, and I can tell you guys, I think he's going to wake up with a very sore butt and a few organs missing. I'm not sure. Is it going to be the kidneys? Is it going to be the livers? Let's find out. He's already taken some damage here. There's definitely a very sore prostate, but you know what? Okay, all right. His liver is intact. Apparently, a nice bystander came along. A passerby was like, hey, can you stop trying to harvest that guy's organs in that alleyway? Dr. Zany Doctor is like, just fucking cackles, runs off. I gotta say, this Warp Prism is literally, I think, the center of all hatred for all Zerg players watching right now. I think they're like, yeah. So, David Kim, can you fucking take this unit out of the game? It's fucked. It's unfair, mate. Meanwhile, David Kim is like, I haven't worked on StarCraft in 2 years. Can you people stop blaming me for shit and tweeting at me? That other guy called David Kim on Twitter, who has nothing to do with video games, is like, I'm still getting tweets fucking years later. I've announced multiple times I'm not the David Kim that has stuff to do with this StarCraft game. There's still fucking angry nerds frothing at the mouth, tweeting him going, fuck you and your game balance. And it's like, I wonder why Davey left that job. Wonder why he moved on to a new project. I think it was just, he was ready for a new project. Definitely not sick of being blamed for everybody's losses universally in the entire StarCraft community. That's not it. No, not at all. Sure, he was having a great time. Definitely wish I had his job. Sounded like a lot of fun. It was definitely very easy to win and please the entire StarCraft populace. Gotta say, I don't know how he managed to fail at that one. It's really incredible, isn't it? Okay, finally he's going to intercept another backdoor assault here, but Zany Doctor's just kicking in the front door of the house. He's like, I need to harvest your organs, I need to fuck you up, let's go. Meanwhile, Bully is like, it's my turn, motherfucker. Kicks open his front door, says, oh, come on in. The Doctor steps in and he says, oh yeah, fucking knocks him unconscious, starts fucking, he's got a rag soaked in fucking ether or some shit. He's like, he's fucking putting it over his mouth. Zany Doctor's starting to feel lightheaded. He's like, oh, what the fuck is this? There's fucking lurkers in me mineral line. Oh shit. Oh shit. All 3 bases hit simultaneously. What detection is there, guys? Right now there is 1 observer above the natural, and it's not control group, so it's just sitting there. It's not, oh no, there's 1 here. Okay, he's gonna move, he's gonna clean up this lurker. The lurker in the 3rd though, already at 9 kills. We just saw 33 probes go down throughout this little exchange. At the same time, Bully is like, hey, how about I run me lurkers across the map? You know, You enjoy sticking your fingers in people's butts, do you? With your 7-range pickup, warping your units anywhere on the map, ignore defender's advantage, Protoss bullshit. Zany Doctor's like, well, yeah, I mean, it's in the game. Of course I'm going to use the mechanics. It's just fair play, man. Don't be a dickhead. Don't blame me. He's lost all his High Templar somewhere. They're in his natural. All of his Archons couldn't fit through his wall either. And he said, you know what would be a great call? It's walking into a massive Lurkers. Actually, it does look like it's a pretty good call because Immortals are pretty good units. Oh, decides to move command there into the Lurker Splash. A genius micro maneuver from Zany Doctor. Apparently a little bit of a sadist, enjoys getting that Lurker Splash all over the face. Watch this, guys. Colossi do great damage to Armored these days. Don't know if you realize, but a Roach almost beats a Colossus in a one-on-one fight. We learn something new every day, don't we? Colossi, not so good versus the non-light units. But you know what? Zany did clear that army up, and he's maybe looking for some revenge. Maybe looking to get across the map. I don't know if it's going to work, though. Bullia's like, hey, you know what? I stopped your fucked up moves. I don't want your weird exams. No, you're not going to put a catheter in me to measure me penis temperature. That's not how fucking medicine works. I've been on Google, Zany Doctor. That's not how it works. Zany Doctor's there with a catheter in one hand, a fucking demented smile on his face. At this point, Bullia's wizened up. He's like, look, okay, people who offer free medical help through advertisements on the internet, probably not the sort of people you should be trusting. He's learned his lesson. He realizes that's not something he wants to experience. And, you know, at this point, the Zany Doctor, I mean, he doesn't even have any clothes on under his trench coat. At this point, he's that madman on the train who's got his ass hanging out, and he's rambling to himself. He's like, let me touch you, let me touch you. Let me run the tests. I gotta fix the diseases. Bully is like, stay away from me. He's trying to hold him back without hurting the madman. He's like, look, I don't want to hurt you. Just stay away from me. Give me some space. And he says, fuck it. I think I just need to kill your shit. I might just need to jump on you and kill your shit. You're being a dick. You're a fucking psycho. You've already touched me in many places you shouldn't have. You know what? I think it's time. Alright, it's time. We're just gonna run these fucking lurkers forward. Our broodlings actually do a ton of damage. And the Roach Hydra is finally gonna close this one out. Bullia, Revenge of the Zerg, says, you know what? I took some fucking damage from Warp Prism drops that game, but I turned it around. I dropped me lurkers in all your mineral lines. I ran across the map. And I'm never going to trust someone offering free medical advice with no qualifications just because they have a white lab coat again. He's been probed, he's been prodded, but in the end he is victorious. Good on you, Bullia. Thank you for the replay there. Good to see you did pretty well. Good job. GG's.